Welcome back. Five big weight loss myths exposed by the Guilt Free Health Coach. That's me. Welcome. My name is Reggie. I'm the founder of Fit for Freelance, where I build adaptive business leaders through compassionate health coaching. The three pillars of the Guilt Free framework are confidence, realistic focus, and accountability. If you don't have these three things, you're going to have a hard time. And what happens? There are myths and things that you hear around the way somehow that someone made up somewhere, or it's misinformation, disinformation. Someone doesn't have their facts straight. You hear it and then you take it on as what you think is right. And that keeps you from taking confident ownership of your own path to freedom and fitness. And that's the huge benefit of working with a coach. And that's what I do. I've got some links below. I'd love to help you. So let's get into these myths so we can break them down. These are things that kind of grind my gears, so to say. Myth one, you have to count calories to lose weight. Absolutely not. This is one of those things that there's like a natural phenomenon and then you use science to describe it. Okay. So there is something to be said about calorie balance, calories in, calories out, and the thermic effect of food, and energy balance. When you take more in than what goes out, then you'll gain weight over time. Yes, I acknowledge that. And some people are really good at counting calories and it's super effective for them. And that's fine too. My point is, you do not have to count calories to lose weight. You can track your foods differently. You can eat more high fiber foods. You can eat foods with fewer calories without counting them meticulously with an app, an abacus, all kinds of crap. All right. So just don't get me really started on that. That's a big one. You don't have to count calories to lose weight. Click like if you like busting that first myth, because that's just not true. All right. Myth number two, you can rely on supplements for weight loss. I made a video on supplements and how people just make up supplements. They put things in capsules that aren't even effective. And then there are some supplements that could help. However, they're not going to be your primary benefit or effect on weight loss. All right. So just don't. You can't just take a pill or do something and think it's going to help you lose weight. It still works kind of like what I was describing in the last one, that a calorie balance is the key. You can shift your metabolism some with some weight loss medications, but it's not going to be strictly down to the supplements that you take. So drop that. Myth two, it sucks. Okay. Myth three, you need to cut carbs to lose weight. That's not true. So a lot of times people get stuck when they go on an all or nothing restrictive diet and they immediately cut out anything that has any kind of sugar in it. No pasta, no rice, all the things that they eat like most days of the week, they just completely eliminate it and they think that's going to magically help them lose weight. Now that can help. However, if you take an extreme measure with this, you are going to be discouraged. Your foods, your meals will be less satisfying. You're going to be more likely to have a big cheat meal and then kind of fall off and then not start again until Monday and then go all the way until next January because you think you can't have carbs. And that's just not the case. Carbs are part of a balanced diet and they can be very satisfying. You just have to know which carbs to eat. Little known fact, fiber is a carb as well. So you want to make sure you have enough of the right kinds of carbs and you have it in proportion with the rest of what you're eating. You don't have to cut carbs to lose weight. Okay. Myth four, you have to work out hard to lose weight. That's not true either. So back to the calorie balance thing, it's about eating fewer calories than you burn. And then you'll lose weight, or eating fewer calories. Hold on, I got switched up. When you eat fewer calories, that'll help you lose weight in addition to burning more calories. But working out hard is not the single biggest factor. All right. So some people will try some hardcore gym workout. They'll start some program and they don't change their diet. That's not going to help. But also, you don't have to work out hard, because in a study, breaks in sedentary time, beneficial associations with metabolic risks by Healy, that's linked below. What they found was breaks in sedentary time were beneficially associated with waist circumference, BMI, triglycerides, and 2-hour plasma glucose. So what you see is the frequency of breaks, how often you're taking breaks, how often you're taking breaks in your sedentary time, that will have a bigger impact on these four factors and probably more than the intensity of the exercise that you're doing. All right. And that is independent in the study, independent of total sedentary time, moderate to vigorous intensity time, and mean intensity of the breaks. That's a big thing. If you go to CrossFit for an hour in the morning and then you sit the rest of the day, you don't get as much weight loss benefit or waist circumference or triglycerides benefit as you would if you walked throughout the day several times a day. If you just stood up more for about like 4 minutes and you walked around throughout the day, you'd have better health benefits than working out hard. And that's why this myth, you have to work out hard to lose weight, is simply not true. Also, looking at this is a graph of your total daily energy expenditure. And so you see there are different categories. Basal metabolic rate is just the basic amount of calories that you use each day. And at the top is exercise activity thermogenesis. And that only accounts for about 4 to 5% of your total daily energy expenditure. You see the non-exercise activity thermogenesis takes up more energy. So when you are not specifically exercising, you're just moving more, getting more active, you're going to have more calories used, and that's going to affect your calorie balance. That's going to help you lose weight. I'll put a link about calories and low calorie diets in the card so you can read more about that. And finally, my fifth one, fruit has too much sugar. This one drives me nuts. I mean, they all drive me crazy, but fruit has a sugar in it called fructose. However, it also has fiber. And the main thing that's going to impact most people's weight loss is not getting enough fiber. Fruit is a delicious source of fiber, so you should get more of that. Something to kind of keep this in perspective is thinking about how many people you know that got overweight just from eating too much fruit. Not many, right? It's usually other foods that they need to reduce. Fried food is especially high food volume and oftentimes not enough fruit. So this is a big one for me. I've talked about this on my blog back when I was writing all my stuff. Low carb diet. Do you need Atkins, paleo, or keto? Where I talk about glycemic index of foods. And the more fiber you have in a food, the better it is for you. The more gradual that sugar is going to be absorbed into your body. And generally speaking, the healthier it is for you. So, like a fruit juice has no fiber in it, right? That's not necessarily good for you if you drink a lot of it. However, fruit, I mean, according ask your doctor, but to me, you can have a free for all for fruit, and you'll probably have health benefits compared to not eating any fruit or however much fruit you're eating in general. And the targeted recommendation is 5+ servings of fruits and vegetables per day. So fruit definitely part of a balanced diet. Don't write fruit off and say it has too much sugar. If you say that to me, I will look at you weird because that is a huge myth. Number 5. All right. So if you let me know which of these myths really got to you or make sense to you, and that you're glad to hear that is not necessarily the case. And if you want to love your body and feel confident again, I have the Health Confidence Club. It's the most compassionate way to keep your promises to yourself and let your health support your life, like breaking down your bigger health and business goals into actions that you can take today. That's what I'm all about here. And that starts with realistic focus, knowing the right information so you can make informed decisions for yourself and your health. Next, you can watch there's a video I made, answer the question. I always lose motivation when I start my diet and I always struggle with being consistent. How do I stay on track even when I feel like giving up? If that's something that you can relate to, watch this video next, how to stay motivated for weight loss by following your vision. I will put that here. All right, so those are 5 minutes that just bother me. Click like, let me know what you think. And as always, keep practicing. Peace.